Hi guys, I'm running slightly earlier than I normally do it, but it is only 16 hours, so what on a Sunday? So, because I can't do it today because it's DVD night, so I can only do this in the shop. After dinner, and then it's DVD. So we ended on very talented, so that's where we're going to start. Delighted that she had gossip to share. He's a nice clever, just like Penny, and very talented. She flicked a few buttons on her phone and turned it around to show Jill. Penny laughed as she watched Jill with a very puzzled video. Daisy was getting her most pleasure out of this piece of garbage, and Penny was left to push her bubble and tell her the truth. She politely and very firmly told Fleur that she wasn't going to be going out with her when he popped her on the day before. Nor will she be marrying him and having his babies any time in the future. But while Daisy was fixing on this exciting big news, it made things easier for her and Henry to secretly be together. Look, you, before you show Jill any embarrassing videos or photos of me, why don't you go and get changed into something warmer in your pyjamas, and then we can do a bit of playing this afternoon. This was on the instant that Daisy needed. She left off the bench with a quick thank you for Jill and then darted upstairs to get changed. Penny got up and shut the connecting door and returned to her sandwich. Am I too pleasured that Susan why you're practically blowing custody with someone with her father? And that's some Italian stallion, Jill said, passing her a mug or two. You'd presume quickly seen each other. It's very early days, and we don't want to tell Daisy yet, in case she gets upset by it. So I'm just going to see how it goes over the next week or so. I haven't had dinner yet. Jill smiles filled with her whole face, and how is it going? Penny blushed and picked up her mug to hide behind it. Jessie softened. He's falling in love with him. I think I might have. Just good, just as Daisy bit into me. What did I miss? Penny was just telling me about you and Claire. Yep. Penny cringed a bit. This lie was going to trip her. She just knew it. Come on, we've got craving to be done. Penny stood up. Will you be here later? No, lovely, I'm getting off now, but I'll see you Monday. I'll probably see you Monday. Penny kissed her goodbye and ran upstairs into the cool room, hoping that the subject of Fiero would drop. Henry wiped his hand on a cloth and looked at the table that was now gleaming in a coat of toffee brown donish. It had been a brilliant day working alongside his new colleagues, creating a table almost from scratch. Most importantly, he hadn't seen Clara all day. He hoped that she'd got the message the night before and would leave him alone. This factory was closing on Friday for 2 nights, and this was his last day at work. If he could get for the next 10 minutes of working without seeing her, then he would be able to have a fresh start after Christmas, and hopefully he wouldn't have to do it with her again. He still had hoped of sharing his designs, but this time he would go straight to Edward or one of the designers. He heard the click of heels before he saw Claire, and his heart shrank. He just hoped that she would walk past him. The hope died quickly as the noise of her heels grew louder and closer, then stopped behind him. Claire cleared her throat annoyingly, and he sighed and turned around. I need a word with you in my office. There's just some forms I need to go through you. She turned to walk away, clearly expecting him to come. I thought I'd filled in all the forms, Henry said, not moving from his spot. I need to go through some of the detail review. Claire's obviously not in the mood to be Mr. Humdive or fobbed off today. He stormed off and Henry watched her go. He balled up all the cloth, tossed it to one side and followed her. He caught Daniel's eyes as he walked past. He looked with confusion. He climbed the stairs and watched through the office belonging to Audrey. She looked at him as how she had no idea why he would be going to see Claire, but she didn't stop him. He walked into Claire's office and deliberately left the door open. Then good. He hadn't really noticed the night before because the lights from the factory had been turned off, but one wall was filled with windows overlooking the factory floor, giving her a prime view of where he had been working moments before. He didn't like that she'd been watching him close the door, she said. I'd rather leave it open, if it's the same to you. She gave a small smug smile and got up from the desk, closing the door herself. Do I scare you, Henry? Clara said as she sat back down. Not particularly, but I'm just about to go home, so if you can show me the issue with the farms, then I can leave. He looked pointedly at her empty desk. We need to fix a date for you to take me out for dinner. Wow, she wasn't going to beat around the bush. Well, neither was he. I'm not going to take you out for dinner, Clara. As I told you last night, I have a girlfriend, and I don't think she would take kindly to me dating a woman. She drunked her long gold nails in the desk, watching him carefully. The smoke smile turning into something cool. I don't care if you're happily married with 12 children and the Seattle of white buffet furniture, and trust me when I say I can make things very difficult for you if I so desire. Stomach twisted with anger. What are you saying? Competition for your job was very fierce. You'd be very easy to replace. Chris, he needed this job. Christ, he needed this job. He had moved Daisy across the country to take this job. George away from his parents, her friends. There was no way he was betraying pay. But even if he wasn't with her, he would have never been blackmailed into sleeping with his boss. The thought disgusted him. Claire was beautiful, but he refused to be manipulated like that. He could feel a rage burning in his gut. He had to walk away. Now, before he said something he would regret. He turned and stormed out the office. Claire stared at him with wide eyes. Mr. Travis, I'm not finished with you yet, Claire yelled after him. This was clearly a woman who was used to getting what she wanted, not with him. He turned around and stormed back in. When he spoke, he made sure it was loud enough for Audrey to hear. Let me make this clear. I am not going to take you out to dinner. I am never going to sleep with you, and if you try to blackmail and to do something so by threatening me with my job, I will slap a sexual harassment suit on you so fast you won't know I hate you. I will sue you and this company for every penny that you have. Now I suggest you get on with your very important work and leave me to get on with the job I was hired to do. I'm losing my voice. She went very pale and then stood up. How dare you? He walked out and trudged down the stairs, not wanting to hear another word from her poisonous mouth. It was already past 5 o'clock and people were getting ready to leave, calling out goodbyes to each other as machines were turned off and work areas were tidied up. He grabbed his coat and stormed out. He had humiliated her. He had humiliated her in front of her assistants, and there was no way he was going to get away with that. Crap. He got into his car and slammed his fist against the steering wheel. Manipulated, evil. You probably know what those words are. So I can't say it. I'll just show. Yeah. Manipulated, evil, kicking her in the air to check. I'll just see it in like 2 minutes ago. He started his car and throughout the car park. He'd have to move back to his old town. He couldn't afford rent at Penny's place on the money he got when he was self-employed. No, he couldn't move back to where he lived before. Everything was better here. The people, the area, the school, they was happy and he couldn't uproot her again. And this was his relationship with Penny to think about. He didn't want to leave her. His thought felt jar at the thought of it. He pulled outside the house and rested his head against the steering wheel for a moment. What was he going to do? He got out and walked around the back of the house, watching Henry sitting at the kitchen table sketching out one of her designs. Without thinking, he walked straight through her back door. She looked at him, smiling crookedly, but a smile quickly fell from her face as she clocked his bad mood. She stood up and he gathered her in his arms and held her tight. She immediately wrapped her arms around him, one hand covering his head, cradling him against her. She didn't ask why, and he was grateful for that. He didn't want to talk about it. Eventually he pulled away and gave her a brief kiss, leaning his head against her. He was going to fight this with everything he had, because leaving Penny was not something he could begin to comprehend. We're going into chapter 16 tomorrow. Oh, great. I'll see how many pages we have on 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 for chapter 16. Now we could have had chapter 15 done by and then started 16 today, but I don't want that. And also, because I have DVD nights on Sundays, like tonight, and I have to do it early on, like this, I might start doing it on a Thursday instead for like the kind of Sunday. I'll do it on Saturday, and then I'll do the book like I normally do it on Sunday, and yeah. And my voice is like dry, and I have a cold, a nasty cold, so and it's on Thursday. I've had it since Thursday night because the parents evening died at school. So I don't long to finish this book, but I long to finish that book over there. Let me go get it. I'm not even on page 300 yet, and it's gonna be Monday tomorrow. I'm on page 260. This has like 500 and something. But I'm gonna ask my mom if she can buy me this book and then the sequels. Because she bought me the DVD, but I'm not reading the DVD without reading all the books. She's gonna have to deal with that. Bye.